Hey, it's all happening here. Alright, so today I'm going to do a video. I'm doing a little bit of a service to my car. My car is playing up, it's got an issue. I've got a Nissan Navara D40 diesel and it's not idling right. It's not running right. It's just, when I go to take off, it spits and spatters and carries on like a lunatic. So, but when I do take off, it runs fine. So I'm just trying to eliminate a few things, trying to find out whether it's, you know, the fuel filter, air filter. So I'm just giving them a change today and we're going to see what happens after that. Don't know if you can hear me properly, it's a bit noisy next door. I'll give you a look. They're building a block of units next door, so it's a bit noisy. Anyway, so I'm going to be changing the fuel filter first, and it's a bit of an act of changing these fuel filters because in a diesels are run off diesel pump. So if you lose the pressure in the line, you've got to pump up the pressure again, and if you don't do that properly, then you're in a world of trouble. So we're going to get to it and we're going to hopefully do this together. I've actually never personally changed a diesel fuel filter on a diesel. I've changed on a petrol, but I've never changed on a diesel, so this is the first for me, as well as I'm assuming most of you people out there watching these videos on how to do things, then it's first for you too. So let's learn together, shall we? Alright, that is the offending filter in question here. So we're going to be changing our filter. This is a new one. I mean, as you can probably see, it's different. This one's got the water extraction system on the bottom where that one doesn't. That wasn't me, by the way, that was the mechanic. Obviously they couldn't get this one when they were doing the service, so they put that one on there. But anyway, I service my own car now, so we're going to be putting this on. So it's a matter of taking this one off. So I myself I've watched a few videos myself this morning about how to do this. So basically what I'm going to do is, because I want to keep pressure in the line, I'm going to disconnect this hose here. This is the hose coming from the fuel tank, and I'm going to plug this hose instantaneously as soon as I take it off, because I don't want the diesel to travel all the way back to the tank and create a big air bubble, because then I'll be spending forever trying to pump this diesel up, and this is the diesel pump here. So anyway, so we're going to plug that and then we're going to unscrew that. I'm going to start by disconnecting that internal fuel line. Just be ready with your, I'm going to be using just this peg, hoping that hoping the diameter is big enough. If not, I got this little trucker here. So we'll just loosen it up to start with. So when I pull it off, I'm going to put my finger straight over the hole. Now I can feel a little bit of suction on my finger actually. So it's a good thing that's been plugged. Alright, so I'm just going to move that out of the way. I'm going to get some of these other cords out of my way. Zip tie! Can't go wrong with her. Everyone should have a good bunch of zip ties hanging around. They are one of the most handiest things. I'm going to have a bit of, I'm going to chuck a rag down the bottom here. You do not want to get diesel everywhere. Just like that. Now, look at that, that was just so easy to turn. So whether that's half my problem, whether it was so loose that it was maybe sucking in air, I don't know. But it was loose, so so we're already starting to get diesel coming out everywhere. There we go. There is a massive difference between this one and this one, and I actually think I personally think this is actually the wrong filter for this car. Just looking at this, look at the diameter there. I mean, I asked the guy at the auto shop, I double checked, make sure this was the right one before I got it, and he said yeah, that's the right one. He looked at the computer and everything. But anyway, so it's a fuel filter. Anyway, so I'm going to dispose of this diesel popularly. Now the rubber ring on this one is actually bigger than this rubber ring. Which that's not to suggest that it won't fit, because it has actually got quite a large ring in there to seat a rubber ring. But you know what, I'm going to go ahead and try it. But anyway, make sure, get a bit of diesel, just rub your finger along that rubber seal there. Because you want a bit of lubricant on there, so when you're tightening the fuel filter, because it's got a bit of lubricant there for diesel, it doesn't grab and catch and twist and knot up. It'll just freely move around there while you're tightening it. Now looking at that, now you can't see from that angle, but that rubber ring is definitely going to seat on that ledge up there. Alright, and that's in. So we're going to test it. That took a bit longer than expected. I'm just gonna I don't know which way that went. That's better. Alright, I'm just going to do a visual inspection in all of the other fuel lines. That's obviously the turn line. Alright, so you're going to keep pumping this until it starts to get really firm. Just make sure that the leader down the bottom is on tight, the water bleeder. Now it's starting to get a bit tighter. Alright, that's really tight. You can hardly push that down. So, can't start it yet. We've got to replace the oil. But we're going to be doing that. I've got a secondary fuel filter here, which you could probably call this the first filter, because diesel goes into here first and then into the second one over there. And I don't know whether this one's been changed, but this one actually has a sensor on the bottom as well as another water bleeder. And probably thinking that I probably should change this one as well as that one. Alright, voila! Magic of camera! Got myself another filter. Let's have a little look inside these. They're pretty simple if you think about it. That top bit there, that's the filter bit. You can see right in there that, I can focus that, the little sheets of fabric in there. And then this bottom bit is absolutely hollow. It's obviously to catch whatever water and all that is down there. Alright, so we're going to swap over this. So same thing, I'm going to block off the pipe. I'm going to block off the pipe coming up from the tank. It should be this one here. do this sensor. And then unscrew. Now I don't want to get diesel everywhere, but it's going to happen. Yep. Right. There we go. So I'll go and safely dispose of it. Right, that's the float system. So I don't exactly know what this thing does. One of it's a sensor to indicate the lack of fuel pressure, because there's no fuel in the bowl, bottom of the fuel filter, but it just picks up on the sensor of it. Yeah, that's something I might YouTube later. Anyway, that's it there. Alright, the kit came with new rings. I'll whack that on there. Nice and tight. And a new rubber ring up here, which is going to go in there. Put a bit of diesel on it. And screw it on. There we go. All right. Something fell down there. The old rubber ring. Hang on. Yeah.
And the software chick, she commented.
Alright, I'm going to whack this back on. Oh, I know what fell down. Would be my pliers. Alright, screw back into place. I kind of like the fact that this car has two fuel filters, especially one that captures water. Well, they both capture water now, but the problem that I see happening here is because I've already changed this fuel filter and I've already primed it, already filled up this fuel filter with diesel. I now change that one on the other side, and that one doesn't have a primer. So it could potentially have an airlock happening here between here and on the other side of that fuel filter. There's an airlock happening. So my only alternative is to start the car, let it pump this fuel through and pump the air through, and it'll probably snuff it out, which I don't want to do. Or take this line off here, which is the out, and then pump the fuel through to fill up that and get the airlock out. So that's what I'm going to do, I think, because I don't want air getting into the fuel pump itself. So that's what I'm going to do. Right, so same thing again, put the rag down and capture all the diesel. I'm gonna blank it off, and you can see what I can do. Now it's not doing what I expected. Getting all the air out. That's better, look at that. It's really flowing. There's no air bubbles in it. Alright, this oil filter is one of the most pain in the ass things to change. I don't know if you can see it right there. I'll try and focus in. Right there. Right there, that right on the top. It's in the most useless spot. I mean, for something that has to be changed, or should be changed every 10,000 kilometers, it's in the most ridiculous spot. I know it has to be next to the stump of the motor, but why have everything else around it? Like seriously, bloody ridiculous. Anyway, so one thing to be mindful of is actually a pretty good design. Where the oil filter screws into is like a little cup, best way to explain it, with a lip, that when you're unscrewing it, obviously you're going to get oil leakage. So when you unscrew it, it actually captures that oil that spills. So instead of it going all over the side of your engine, it captures that oil that spills, and then that funnels down through a tube that points down to the bottom of your, to the ground. So actually it's a really good idea. It saves for a cleaner engine bay. But keep in mind that if you don't clean out that pipe, or if you're just like, it'll just drain out, you're going to get oil spots all over your driveway or someone else's driveway for a couple of days, and it's freaking annoying. Anyway, I'm going to get to it. This is not really something I can film, so I'm just going to go ahead, change the oil filter and put the new one on and fill it with oil. Alright, got it out. Here's the old one, there's the new one. Not much to really say about it, but it was a pain in the ass to get out. Alrighty, so what have I done today? I have changed the oil, changed the oil filter, changed both fuel filters, cleaned out the cone and air filter. I'm hoping one of those has fixed the issues that I'm having with this, hopefully. So I'm hoping that I have primed the fuel system properly, otherwise we're going to have issues. So I'm going to crank it up.
To a mentoo. To 60.
It seems to be running. Doesn't seem like there's any air leaks. Any fuel problems, I mean. Pretty cool. Alright. Catch you later. Make sure you like, subscribe, share. And let's build this channel up to be something awesome. Bye.